I was part of the security forces team in the U.S. Air Force, and my first 3 years in, I provided nuclear missile field security, and then my last year I was able to work at the corrections facility on our base.
I went to Fort Lee, Virginia, and spent almost 6 months doing the officer basic course for quartermaster supply chain. And that's ultimately what I spent the next couple of years doing in the military, was working in a quartermaster unit in Connecticut. For me, the time that came that I decided, okay, this is probably as far as I can go with the military. So I just promoted the year before to first lieutenant, and the responsibilities in the reserve unit then kept growing. And at that point, I had a pretty strong retail career that it was developing for me. I just promoted district manager. I'd recently gotten married, and I just had to really make a decision. I couldn't balance the two, so I made the decision to move on with my retail career and left the military behind me. Although I have to say, the military was some of the best times of my life.
I remember driving back from Montana with my father and having the long, drawn-out conversation of what's next, and I didn't know. And I said, okay, I need to start planning something, and I needed to upgrade my cell phone at the time. So I went into a local store in Brownsburg, Indiana, where I'm from, and the rest is kind of history. I never left.
I spent a long time working retail, both in the office and in the field, once I finished with the military, and then joined TCC Wireless on about 10 years ago, at which point I became head of supply chain, compliance, many things related directly to my training in the military, which was just a great fit.
Every quarter we do big initiatives, and one of my favorites, of course, is the quarter where we honor a lot of veterans in many different ways. As you know, we're across 43 states, 1,200 locations. We can make a really huge impact in our communities, and it's just the talk of somebody coming into your location and saying, you know, hey, what do you do? And then you spark those conversations of, oh, I'm a veteran, I belong to Honor Flight. Next thing you know, we have multiple people putting in grants to support the Honor Flight, and we've given them thousands of dollars to give back to those types of organizations where veterans sit and hang out and just continue to chat with each other and let that legacy live throughout the next generation. That fills my heart.
I think it starts with the fact that TCC Round Room is a family, and it's really treated that way, and it feels a lot like the military in that you're very close with people and you're very oriented to taking care of each other. Very military in that sense, and I think that for me is made the transition and being part of this culture so easy, because it feels a lot like the military and the closest of the people and the way we think about the people within the organization.
TCC has given me ample amounts of room to grow in all fashions of life, I'll say. Not just professionally, but also personally. The things that I've learned from here, I've been able to carry outside of this place. Many different roles, from a sales associate to a market manager to a loss prevention manager to now director. It's given me a huge avenue of growth in a professional standpoint over the last 13 years. And I can't even speak enough to the personal growth that this place has brought me. Excuse me. I met my wife through this company. There's lots of things that I really love about this place. Everybody feels like family to me in this building. And I think that's the camaraderie and that's the feel that TCC and Wireless Zone gives to make people want to come and transition into opportunity with one of those companies.